Did Rashee Rice's NFL future just blow up overnight? That wild car crash and the fact that he ran from the scene really shook things up. It didn't just make headlines, it completely overshadowed all the promise he was showing on the field, and the more details that came out, the messier it all looked. So let's dive into what really happened and how this scandal unfolded. So here's how it all went down. On March 30th, 2024, Rashee Rice's promising NFL career took a serious hit, and it all started with a wild, high-speed crash on North Central Expressway in Dallas. Rice was behind the wheel of a Lamborghini Urus, and next to him was a Chevrolet Corvette that he had been leasing. According to Dallas police, both cars were racing down the highway when things spiraled out of control. The Lamborghini slammed into a retaining wall, triggering a chain reaction crash that damaged 4 other cars. It was a scary scene. 2 people were sent to the hospital, and 2 others were treated on the spot for minor injuries. But what really shocked everyone was what happened next. A video later obtained by the Dallas Morning News showed 5 men, some getting out of the Lamborghini, others from the Corvette, casually walking away from the wreck. No one stopped to check on the other drivers. No one called for help. They just took off on foot and vanished from the scene. As the video spread online, the backlash hit hard. People weren't just talking about a car accident anymore. They were talking about character, responsibility, and whether Rice's future in the NFL was now at serious risk. Just a few days later, on April 3rd, Rice finally met with Dallas police. In a public statement sent to the Morning News, he said he was ready to take full responsibility for his role in the incident. His lawyer, Royce West, backed that up, saying Rice was cooperating with the authorities and planned to handle the situation the right way. By April 4th, West confirmed what many had already assumed. Rice had, in fact, been driving the Lamborghini. Then came the legal hammer. On April 10th, Dallas police issued an arrest warrant for Rice. The charges weren't light. He faced 1 count of aggravated assault, 1 count of collision involving serious bodily injury, and 6 counts of collision involving injuries. And it wasn't just him. The driver of the Corvette was also identified and hit with the same charges. The very next day, Rice turned himself in to the Glen Heights police and was briefly jailed in DeSoto before being released. But the trouble didn't stop there. Not long after, he was hit with a $1 million lawsuit from one of the people injured in the crash, seeking compensation for the damage caused. And just when things seemed like they couldn't get messier, they did. In early May, news broke that Rice was now under investigation for a completely separate incident, this time for allegedly punching a photographer at a Dallas nightclub. While no arrest was made and no charges were filed, it added more fuel to the fire. Eventually, on May 21st, police said the photographer had decided not to press charges, and the case went quiet. But the public image of Rashee Rice had already taken a serious hit. Then in July 2025, over a year after the crash, Rice's legal team reached a plea deal. As part of the agreement, he pleaded guilty to 2 third-degree felonies, 1 for collision involving serious bodily injury, and another for racing on a highway that led to someone getting hurt. The more serious charges were dismissed, and in return, a Dallas County judge sentenced Rice to 5 years of probation and 30 days in jail. He was also ordered to pay just over $115,000 to the victims to cover their medical bills. At that point, it wasn't clear when he'd actually served the jail time, but it was a step toward closing a very dark chapter in his life. That same week, Rice settled one of the lawsuits filed by victims of the crash. He agreed to pay $1 million plus their legal expenses. But even then, he wasn't fully in the clear. Another lawsuit was still hanging over his head, with the remaining victims seeking somewhere between $250,000 and $1 million in damages. Through all of this, the big question remained, what would the NFL do? At the time, the league hadn't yet announced any disciplinary action, but given the seriousness of the charges and how public the scandal had become, a suspension seemed likely. Rice's on-field talent was never in question, but his off-field decisions had put everything he'd worked for at risk. All scandals aside, Rashee Rice's career is still something worth praising. If none of this had happened, he might be on his way to becoming one of the greatest of his time. The talent is there, no question about it. Rashee Rice couldn't have asked for a more exciting start to his NFL career. In Week 1 of his rookie season, the Kansas City Chiefs took on the Detroit Lions. It was a tough game, and the Chiefs didn't come out on top. But Rice still made a strong first impression. He caught his first career touchdown in that very game, letting everyone know he was ready for the big stage. As the season went on, Rice began to grow more comfortable in the offense. Week after week, he kept showing flashes of why the Chiefs had drafted him. Then came Week 12 against the Las Vegas Raiders. This was the game where he truly broke out. He recorded his first 100-yard receiving game, putting his full potential on display and proving that he could be more than just a supporting piece in the offense. A few weeks later, in Week 15, the Chiefs faced the New England Patriots. It turned out to be another major milestone for Rice. He broke the franchise record for most receiving touchdowns by a rookie, a moment that really set him apart and made fans and analysts take notice. He wasn't just playing well, he was rewriting team history. Rice kept that momentum rolling. In Week 17, the Chiefs went up against the Cincinnati Bengals, and once again, Rice delivered. He hauled in 5 catches for a whopping 127 yards, helping lead the team to a solid 25-17 win. His ability to make big plays in crucial games became one of his standout traits. Then came the playoffs, and Rice didn't slow down one bit. In the wild-card round against the Miami Dolphins, he had his best performance yet. He caught 8 passes for 130 yards and a touchdown, playing a key role in the Chiefs' dominant 26-7 victory. It was clear at this point, Rice wasn't just a promising rookie anymore. He had become a major weapon in Kansas City's offense. The Chiefs went all the way to Super Bowl 58 that season. In the biggest game of the year, Rice continued to contribute, catching 6 passes for 39 yards in the 25-22 win over the San Francisco 49ers. It wasn't his flashiest stat line, but he made the catches when they counted. Even more impressive, that game pushed his postseason total to 26 receptions, setting a new NFL record for the most catches by a rookie in a single playoff run. He beat out Jamar Chase's previous record by just 1 catch. After such a remarkable rookie season, all eyes were on Rice heading into 2024. And in Week 1, he didn't disappoint. The Chiefs faced the Baltimore Ravens in a high-stakes season opener. Rice came out strong with 7 catches for 103 yards, helping the Chiefs to a 27-20 win. It looked like he was picking up right where he left off. But then came a tough break. In Week 4 against the Los Angeles Chargers, disaster struck. During a play, quarterback Patrick Mahomes accidentally collided with Rice, and Rice went down with a knee injury. It didn't look good, and unfortunately it wasn't. Just a few days later, on October 3rd, the Chiefs placed him on injured reserve. The news got worse. On October 8th, Rice underwent surgery to repair both his LCL and his hamstring. Doctors said he was expected to make a full recovery, but the surgery meant his season was over. It was a brutal blow for both Rice and the Chiefs. He had been such an important piece of their offense, and now they had to finish the season without him. Despite missing their rising star, the Chiefs still pushed through. They made it back to the Super Bowl, this time facing the Philadelphia Eagles in Super Bowl 59. But without Rice, their offense just didn't look the same. The Eagles came out strong and took control, eventually winning 40-22. Even though his second season was cut short, Rashee Rice had already made a name for himself in the NFL. From scoring a touchdown in his first game to breaking records in the postseason, he proved he could shine when it mattered most. Now all that's left is for him to recover and come back even stronger. And that wraps up today's video. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you never miss an update. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.